Woohoo! 10 tests that will reveal the uniqueness of your body. As John Mayer says, your body is a wonderland. But maybe he's talking about the fact that the body is also full of rare phenomena that we don't completely understand. Doubtful, but hey, facts are facts. You've probably noticed some of your own body's anomalies that others around you don't have. Let's see if your unique traits have made it to this list. Number 1. Heterochromia iridis. Well, that's a mouthful. What sounds like a voodoo spell is actually a phenomenon when people have different colors in their eyes. There are a few types of this anomaly. Central heterochromia is characterized by different colors in the same eye, while complete heterochromia is when a person has two differently colored eyes. When a person has sectoral heterochromia, one or more parts of the iris has a different color. Some people inherit this trait genetically, yet others acquire it as a result of some disease or injury that leaks blood into the eyeball, giving parts of the iris a different color. Some statistics show that approximately 1% of the world's population might have this trait. So, if you have it, you're a rare gem. Yes, you are. Number 2. Touching your nose with your tongue. This seemingly silly and useless little trick actually has a medical name, the Gorlin sign. Yes. Only 10% of the population can do this, as it's a genetic trait. However, if you'd like to get into this rare club, you can train your tongue to reach your nose. Who knows? Maybe you'll become the next Gene Simmons and become an international rock star with an instantly recognizable tongue. Or just a really cool way to get rid of boogers. Number 3. A simian line. A simian line, or simian crease, appears when two lines on the palm, the head, and heart lines merge into one single line that transverses the entire width of the palm. It's said that people with simian lines usually have a different lifestyle than most other people without them. But this doesn't necessarily mean living better or worse. These people are generally big achievers, developing techniques and inventions that will serve generations to come. History has some of her own examples to prove this. Former Russian President Nikita Khrushchev, writers John Steinbeck and Henry Miller, former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, and even Homer Simpson are known to have or have had simian creases. Okay, I'm lying about Homer Simpson. But the lines are also found in 1.5% of the general population on at least one hand. So look down, check out your palms. Are you among these extraordinary individuals? Number 4. Goosebumps. Not only our favorite spooky books from childhood, but also those little bumps you get when you feel cold, excited, touched, or of course, creeped out. Just turn on Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You and you'll get what I'm talking about. The French call it frisson, which translates like aesthetic chills, while some researchers even call it a skin orgasm. I think I'll just stick to the good old goosebumps. Yet, surprisingly, only about 2/3 of the population can experience these hair-raising chills. Some scientists suggest they're an evolutionary gift from our early, hairier ancestors. And what good were goosebumps for them? Well, when we're cold or emotionally triggered, the muscles at the base of each hair follicle contract, causing the hair to stand on end. This helped our hairy predecessors because the standing hairs trapped air bubbles, which acted like a sort of insulation. As for today, we're a lot less hairy, well, most of us, and have no real use for this, but it still feels really nice when you get them. Number 5. Ear wiggling. Our beloved pets can move their ears like there's nothing to it. As for we humans, well, it's not so easy. All people are physically able to wiggle their ears by using the muscles above and behind the ears, but only a few can actually do it. So why is this? The only study concerning this question was published way back in 1949, and it involved just 104 men and 70 women. Of this group, 74% of them weren't wigglers, although they had at least one parent who could move their ears, while 47% could wiggle and had a sibling who was a wiggler. The researchers concluded that people get the ability to wiggle their ears only if one or both of their parents can do it, which means that it's a dominant trait. All the same, it's a very rare feat. Only 10 to 20% of the population has this ability. Number 6. Putting your fist in your mouth. Now, the ability to do this comes from an extremely rare combo. Smaller than average hands and an extraordinarily large mouth. Thank you very much. Now, you're probably thinking, I've seen tons of babies do this. Well, you'd be right. There's nothing special about children who put their fist in their mouth, because they can do it when they're teething or discovering their disproportionate body parts for the first time. As for adults, less than 20% of the entire population can do this. Number 7. Sneezing with your eyes open. Have you ever wondered why you just can't keep your eyes open when you sneeze? The answer is surprisingly simple. Closing your eyes while sneezing is just a reflex to prevent the germs spewing from your nose and mouth from falling into your eyes. Your nose and eyes are linked by facial nerves, so the stimulation from a sneeze sends a signal to the eyelids that tells them, "Hey, you better close down. Here comes a big one." However, it is possible for a rare few to sneeze with their eyes open. I wonder if these people often suffer from eye infections after sneezing. Number 5. Paralyzed finger trick. The tendons in all your fingers are independent from one another, with the only exception of those in your middle and ring fingers, which are both closely connected to each other. As a result, when the middle finger is folded down toward the palm, most people can't move their ring finger. But if you're able to lift your ring finger, congrats! You've got a very rare ability. Your tendons are really flexible, and there are very few people like you on Earth. Must be nice to be so special. Number 9. A tendon on your wrist. This muscle, which looks like a small tendon protruding from your wrist when you flex it, is called the palmaris longus. Most people have it, but some don't. It's actually a pretty useless tendon, since there are other muscles in the forearm that can flex the wrist. Since it serves no purpose, surgeons nowadays often remove this tendon to use it in plastic or reconstructive surgery somewhere else in the body. You could also call this one a hand-me-down from our early ancestors, because it was useful for them to move around on their forelimbs. If you don't have this feature, good for you. You're among the 10 to 15% of humans on Earth born without it in one or both of their arms. If you want to know more about body parts that you have but could easily live without, check out our other video here. The link is right there for you on the screen. Now, let's see what other rare physical traits you might have. Number 10. Dimples. These rare facial indentations instantly multiply someone's level of cuteness and attractiveness. But unfortunately, only 20% of the population get to enjoy their appearance-boosting benefit. You might be surprised to know that dimples actually appear as the result of facial muscle deformation. Yet we still consider it a sweet deformity, and some people even have plastic surgery to get this unique feature. This is especially popular in Asia, and particularly in South Korea. The operation sounds harmless enough since it takes just 20 minutes, and the results are actually reversible, which I think would then be a dimpelectomy. However, doctors still don't recommend undergoing such surgery. Maybe those who are willing to risk the surgery are just in search of eternal youth, because another benefit of dimples is that you look younger with them on your face. This is because dimples are associated with the cuteness of children and babies. That's why people with dimples are often perceived as younger than they really are. That surgery is sounding more and more appealing. Bonus: your veiny arms are sexy. Well, it's not only women who are attracted to veiny arms, as the same situation is found when women have such arms. Veins are associated with great health, strength, and reliability, especially in dangerous situations. What everyone likes about this fact is that we all can have veiny arms. There are lots of pieces of advice on the internet about exercises and even diets. Start making your dream come true right now. So, do any of the things we mentioned in this video apply to you? Are you one of the rare few? Tell us about that in the comment section. Share this video with your friends, and remember to give us a like if the information was new for you. Press the subscribe button and join us again on the bright side.